There, Internet people. This is Chris Kutzer, founder of Cary Spotlight. We are 1 week and 4 days away from the anniversary edition of Cary Spotlight. I thought I would change it up a little bit. Since I'm recording a second episode on the same day, because tomorrow's a holiday. So let's see what we can do. I'm trying to catch up, get our series completed before the anniversary of Cary Spotlight. And the whole point of this is we're trying to lay down for historical purposes some of the insights that we got from publishing a daily hyperlocal newsletter that goes out via email and also lives online as an archive for what we can do in the future and bring back some things that we like, some wins that we made, and just kind of reflect on that. So let's see. Let's hop on week 42, see what we got. So here we actually got an outside sponsor. We haven't really spoken about that. But yes, there's different ways to monetize the website, our newsletters, and we'll talk about that separately once this is all said and done. But yes, we're starting off with a tropical storm and some safety improvements, some crypto, and then our police crime data. And we also have our reporting sports from the Olympics. So there you go. And Storm Debbie. And then this is related to a tragic death that happened with a 6-year-old earlier in the year. And now that the city has made some improvements to that particular intersection. So there you go. And we're talking about the crime story, and then we have some summary of the day's events coming from the Olympics in Paris. And of course, we have a list of events that's coming up for the week so people can plan around that. And then we go to our first specialty edition of the week, which is a health and wellness edition. And we're back to our classic 3-part subject line and summary headline, 3 stories right there. So the price of smoking. We also give resources, again, for the hiking trails and beyond pills, better wellness, excuse me, and then also essential habits for a happier life. So we put all that in there so people can, decide how be educated on different options of living well. Have a video interview. So this is one of our second really short interview, not like a full podcast, like a short cast, whatever you want to call it. But second, third, maybe, yeah, third. So that was an interesting exercise that we did there. Definitely want to bring this kind of content back because it's just another way to engage people. I like the thank you here. We should definitely bring the thank you back for the anniversary edition. 289. There's a thank you. So see, you live and learn. You do things and then you forget about them. So you gotta be, gratitude is important. So it was one of the lessons down here, and so this is kind of meta. We put the thank you in because expressing gratitude is one of the paths to happiness. So this is also a story we would bring back again because it's always good to reflect on these kinds of things. And then we have our events and the answer to the trivia question. All right, so now 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're getting used to that, the 3-part. We're looking at something crazy that happened on the highway with the Amazon van, and then people got lucky winning some lottery, so that's awesome. Some Olympic records were shattered, and now we're also talking about a local charity slash military veteran organization in Cary. So, and how they help and impact our community. So there you go, Olympics. So Discover Cary, we're talking about our Cary veterans. So there you go. That's a whole story about that and how people can engage with them. And then we have our spa giving back. So we're highlighting that special event. So it says event spotlight. And then we have the list of events. And this one, two, three. Yes, now we're talking about the crime story, sex crimes. We're always tricky to kind of put those out there, but it's a real thing that happens in the world, so we got to talk about that. We also have an outbreak in Wake County, so people need to be aware of that. Tornadoes related to the hurricane. Um, just reporting on the damage and stuff that happened. Then the Olympic drama, talk a little bit about that. So yeah, it's great the Olympics are on. It gave us the Olympics gave us a lot of easy stories that we could tell. So there you go with that one. This one, two, three. Yes, we still stay with three parts. This one we're talking about federal funding for strengthening our power grid. That's good to know. There's the Wake County Animal Center waives adoption fees. So again, so people need to know about that. If you want to go and adopt a dog, you can do it now. There's no fees for that. Then we have an Olympic story. This is inspiring story of a person that went from foster care to winning Olympic medals. So that's important to bring a spotlight to foster care and opening your homes to kids that are in desperate situations. And then we follow up on the outbreak story and that there were no restaurants to blame. So we wanted to make sure we pass that on to our readers because some of them were concerned about whether they should go eat out or not. And again, it was only a few restaurants, but the public health officials did not want to, call them out by name. And then once the story was done, it was concluded that it was the supply chain that was the issue, not the particular restaurants. Okay, so there you go. So safe to go back out to eat. So real talk. So yes, we actually had real talk about that. People wrote to us and said, why didn't you name the restaurants? And we explained why. We gave the reasons. We gave the opportunity for people to talk back, and that took care of that. So always try to present both sides of the story, or at least make sure you clarify any issues that come up, especially when we summarize bigger stories and make it, just pull out something that we maintain the context of the story. And then we go to the Travel and Discover edition. I misspoke in the last video. It's not Discovery, it's Discover. So we will travel and discover stuff. And so in this one, we're looking at Greece as a travel destination. Then RDU, we got another airline adding extra flights. And we're also looking back at a cruise story. And then we're also doing a pride story. So again, stories make people feel proud of living in Cary. So there you go with the Greece story. Then we have the new flight, the cruise story, and then also come live in Cary, discover Cary. This is, again, a great place to live. And people love those kinds of stories, right? And at the end of the week, we come to Cary Spotlight's real estate issue, where we cover property sold in Cary over the past week. Um, we also have a business spotlight that we have in here, as well as what homeowners should know about equity in their home. So we go on that. So there we go, a long list. We have um, outdoor living business, yes, and we also have the equity blog. So we posted that and ended up with a hook question, the answer to the trivia. There you go. So tomorrow we'll continue our saga, our journey towards the anniversary edition of Cary Spotlight. See you then.